Hi, I'm Vicki. It's nice to be here with you today. It's an honor for me to review the work of the Southern Arizona Watercolor Guild artist, and it's always invigorating as well as daunting. It's invigorating because I get excited to see the subject and the artwork of each of you, and it's daunting because there are many contenders for awards and I can only pick 6. So I want to talk about what the criteria is that I look for, and there are 4 elements, and they all dovetail together. First is the subject or the content of the work. Second is the way the medium has been used to render the work. Third is the way the artist has composed their composition using the elements of art and the principles of design. And fourth is the artist's personal artistic voice or the interpretation that they bring to the work. And number 5 is not really something I'm looking for, but it is an intangible that is always at play. And it may be just an emotional quality of the work, maybe a sense of humor, it may be something completely unexpected. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that into the mix as well. And so now I'm ready to announce the award winners, and I will start with the first honorable mention. The title is Brush Popping. It's a great title. This piece feels like it's inspired by nostalgic vintage rodeo posters or perhaps Hollywood posters from old westerns. There's a nice soft quality of the background, and that combines with the really dynamic punched up colors of the cowboy, the horse, and the steer. It's a really dynamic action scene. There's flying hooves and dust, bodies and crazy angles. It's a contest to see who's the victor. There's a fierceness to the horse's eyes, nostrils, and galloping gait. And I love the way the artist has used complementary colors, the oranges and blues, and then punches of whites and black as well. The artist has used hard-edged silhouettes to define the figures from the background. And best of all, I adore the blue and gray mingled shadows. It just adds a little oomph to the whole composition. So, well done. The next honorable mention title is called House Finch Backyard Bird Series. To me, this has a really romantic quality. The house finch is just a punch of red nestled in a tree, silhouetted against a big full moon. There's nice wet granularity in the painting effects. There's high contrast between the whites and the blues, and then the deep dusky purple values of the leaves in the foreground. Also, and this is where I bring that intangible element in, it feels like there's a heart shape in the composition of this work, starting with the delicate curves over the branches that go up into the right upper area and coming down to a V at the bottom left of the composition where the finch is. It feels like a valentine. It feels like a love letter to the house finch. And it's got an ethereal mood to it with pinks and blues and yellows and little flicks of red paint that are layering on the top. This is a lovely love letter paying homage to the finch, and it's really distinctively well done. Next are the awards of merit. The title of this piece is James 1:17. The artist has used a mosaic-like style of the work, and it's very different and appealing. It's pure shapes, small tile-like patterns that form the figures, and a nice background with dots. This could easily overwhelm the composition, but I feel like the artist has made great choices in the selection of color and line and form to pull it all together. And there's a real sweetness to the mother and child portrait. The features are nicely modeled. The contrasting stripes of the mother's shawl lead our eyes to two oranges that she's gently cradling in her hand. There's a real expressive shape to her hand. It's a strong hand, and this is the focal point of the composition. The child is looking up at her mother, not at her mother, but at something different beyond her mother. The mother, her eyes are closed, her lips are quietly open, like she's saying a prayer. And to me, the whole piece is about gratitude, and it's certainly a message that we can appreciate after the year that we've had. I think the artist has done a really nice job of rendering the concept. The next award of merit is titled AGNES. It's a fresh bovine portrait, and I feel like the artist was channeling Matisse while painting this cow. The cow has a curious and unrelenting stare. There's great black penetrating eyes, and I love the little addition of eyelashes that animate the cow. But this piece is all about the exuberance of color. There's a white, pale blue half of the cow's face, and then the artist has added just an abundance of other colors. Lavender, dark turquoise, deeper blue, orange, sienna, burnt umber, and it's all really dynamic. There's also a bright orange panel to the left side. This helps define the silhouette of the cow, but it also gives our eye a place to rest. And finally, the artist has added brush strokes, the scraggly little squiggles on the forehead of the cow, and it just gives it a great dynamic quality. So it's quite a memorable portrait. Now for the award of excellence. Antelope Colors is the title of the piece, and Antelope Canyon is one of the iconic natural features of the Southwest. It's known the world over. People from all over the world come and visit it. I think we've all seen it in photographs. But what I love about this piece is the way the artist has just conveyed this with pure play of light and shadow, intriguing shapes and lines, color, both subtle and dramatic, and it's just beautifully rendered. The artist has used masterful values and color. There's dark charcoal rock surfaces and hollows, jagged orange light coming from above, ribbon striations of rock layers, defined sculptured edges of the rock formations themselves. So your eye is literally dancing around the painting. But my favorite part of the whole composition is toward the bottom. It's a triangular area where, first of all, there's subtle coloring on the canyon floor itself. There's a bright orange triangle. There's a darker charcoal rock footing just opposite it. And then there's the lightest, brightest part of the painting itself, a little wedge of light that connects all of this together. I think the artist has really well captured the water-carved, stone-dissolving qualities of the canyon and the sense of agelessness, the unforgiving natural elements that have sculpted this extraordinary place. And the last award, the Best of Show, goes to Sonoran Desert Lunch. It's just a mastery of a painting. The composition, the strong narrative, and a bit of the unexpected. It features a pair of ravens and a very unlucky lizard, soon to be eaten, perched in an extraordinary octopus-armed saguaro that's beautifully painted. I love the way the saguaro is rendered, all the folds and valleys. This is really a complex painting. And I love the way the artist has captured the light source, moving from right to left, The arms on the right are dotted with tiny golden spines. The center is values of green along the trunk. And toward the left, the paint is pale blue. I also appreciate the way the artist has rendered the ravens' bodies. First of all, they've got great body language. One raven is holding his prize, the other is stooping, waiting, and watching. And just the feathers themselves, there's a lot of detail. There's the blue-black, a little bit of lighter blue, and even violet within the feathers. The artist has done a great job with the shadows as well. It really gives it texture and depth. And I love the background of the warm orange wall that really silhouettes and showcases the saguaro itself. This piece is really about the life cycle of the saguaro. And the artist has added a couple of little things to help define that life cycle. The fisted buds at the top of the arms that are just about to pop and blossom. The scarred holes in the torso created by woodpeckers where they're seeking nourishment. And then the nest of sticks that's under the raven at the center, which is probably a hawk's nest that's been taken over by the ravens. All in all, I think this artist really helps us appreciate the saguaro, the critters of the desert, and our desert home, and the glorious place that it is. And finally, I want to thank the Southern Arizona Watercolor Guild as an organization and as a place that supports its members as artists. Each of you is contributing to the strength and vitality of our community. And I thank each and every one of you. I want to wish you good luck in your artistic endeavors. Keep painting, experimenting, and playing, and enjoy your journey. Thank you for letting me be with you.